Hello, my fellow viewers. So you're watching this is from the past, okay? This is from the very, very past. I just got off to see Digital Circus episode 9 in theaters, and I have to say, it was bad. I'm sorry to say, it wasn't good. It very much stinked. It was a massive stinker. It just didn't fit the bill of what it could have been. And for today's very special video, I have a special guest. Show yourself, my friend. It's my friend Neil.
That's right.
It's my friend Neil. Sit down.
And he's hyperboling it.
I,
It isn't that bad.
no, okay. First off, it is. Yo, go in the camera a little bit. My friend, y'all. This is Neil from the channel. Say hi, Neil.
Hello.
This is Neil. All right, he and I are gonna review today for the Amazing Digital Circus episode 9. I didn't like it at all. What did you think?
It's pretty good. Not like the best ending, but it's good.
Yeah, so there will be major spoilers in this episode, so if you don't want to watch, too bad, too sad, and let's get into the nitty gritty. Episode 9. So how the theater experience works, if you are going to see it in theaters, is it's going to play episode 8 first, and how the episode starts is it actually starts with a nice little special message from Zach himself from Smiling Friends, the fish, and I thought it was really funny, right?
Yeah, I like it.
It was a very funny message, full of laughs, and obviously we couldn't record anything inside the theater, but we are going to spoil a lot of things in this. So
Oh, are we allowed to do that?
it is YouTube, and we are reviewing. So
Yeah, it's your fault if you click on it.
okay, bro. Okay, yeah, really? Okay. Too bad, too sad. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. Episode 9. It was not that good in my opinion. Here's how it's gonna start. Here's how the episode starts. Episode starts right away after episode 8. Everyone is in the void. Everyone is in turmoil. Everyone's also very sad and depressed and woohoo and all that. How would you describe it, Neil?
Off to a somber start.
Off to a somber start indeed. Everyone's sad. Jax, as always, is an utter jerk. He's trying to make others feel sad because he's also sad. He's a boo boo woo boo crybaby and all that. Yeah, that's it. Also, sorry for
his own fault.
Also, I just want to say sorry about the bad mic quality. There is bad mic quality. Sorry about that. We are recording somewhere else because I can't record my usual setup because of my special guest. So sorry about the bad mic quality. Should have said that at the very beginning. Anyways, after all that, it is revealed to us that Kinger is still in obviously his smart form for all the darkness. Bro, what are you smiling about? All right, my friend's making random noises. No, it's funny, bro. As always, Kinger is still in smart form, and this whole episode at first focuses on how Pomni and Kinger, how he's like trying to like show her the power of creativeness because they all now know that they can make anything they want inside this world. So they try and like fix it and all that. It's a whole little montage. Everyone's trying to get each other happy and all that, except Jax because he's still, as always, a woo 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 boo woo woo crybaby as always. Coffee you and apparently, and this is a major spoiler, Jax is abstracted in this episode.
Off screen, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So you talk about this part, Neil. You describe it.
They all band up together. Jax. He actually has one chance. He went up to Pomni, about to say something, but he just goes back, and then they just abstract him off screen. No cool anything. He's irrelevant, it seems. Only for the memories. Only for the memories.
Yeah, like I literally thought when they show up in the distracted being, like he literally just gets abstracted off screen. There's no showing of it. There's no mentioning of it. There's not even a little tease of it. He just does it off screen. They do it in the most lackluster way and say, "Oh, boom, he got abstracted. Woohoo! You guys wanted to see him get abstracted since episode 8 or episode 5? Too bad. Woohoo! Bad, bad." And it's just bad. And after that, Pomni tries to do this little new trick, apparently, that we haven't seen from any other abstracted being, except King, or I guess he may have done it.
Yeah, he done it.
Is going to the memories. Apparently, when you try and go in deep with the abstracted beings, you can look into their memories and see different moments of time of what they're like and how they're feeling. And we go into a bunch of Jax's memories, and we then end up finding the most major memory of all, how he was ended up in the digital circus. We see his human consciousness, and we see his first ever arrival of when he met every characters. We do get to finally meet Ribbit and Cosmo. No, Cosmo is unfortunately not voiced by Jack Black, so I'm sorry you theorists out there who thought he was going to be voiced by Jack Black. It ain't Jack Black. Woohoo, too sad. After that, I really liked Ribbit. I thought they did Ribbit. They finally showed off Ribbit for the first time, and I think they did them phenomenally. It's what everyone expected Ribbit to be, very charismatic, very funny, and in the end, too, very, very sad, and it's kind of why they abstract in the first place. But it's very interesting, though. I will say the writing for Jackson is very outstanding. They finally show his softer sides and what it seems like anger issues. A lot of this episode seems like Jax has a lot of. How would you describe it, Neil?
They bear himself naked, real naked. You'll
Yeah,
see his most disgusting, most cringy, most whatever.
yeah. You'll basically see him just going out in a bunch of different moments of emotions. They try to do a little ship between him and Ribbit, but it doesn't end well. And it just because it basically shows that because of him, it's the whole reason why Cosmo and Ribbit even abstract in the first place is because he drove them so far off the edge of depression and insanity that they full on just said, "Hey, Monk, I'm gonna abstract now," and that's what they did. And it was sad. I thought it was very well written. You okay?
Yeah.
You checking out his phone now. I thought it was very well written. It's just really sad and all that. Then after all that, we finally see Jax accepting his true colors, but he stays in abstracted form. He just blames himself for just too much of the pain and sadness, and I think it's very, very, very well written. But then it gets cut off by the power of friendship, saying, "Hey, bro, hey, we got your back. Hey, hey, you." They literally do the most corniest line and say, "Hey, you thought we were gonna let you do this all by yourself? No, 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 no. We came here to. Is that what they did, Neil?
Yeah. Also, there's that one part in like episode 8, if you remember. There's like Zubo saying, "We're not letting you abstract off screen or whatever."
Yeah, like they
And
said,
they did that.
they did that. They said, "Hey, we're gonna do this all together, no matter what," and yet, boom, they did that. He's just abstracted off screen. And basically after that, they try and rebuild more of the circus. They're able to do it, and they try and build like this whole cave system for abstracted
Yeah.
Jax. They try to hide him in darkness so that way safer. But one thing I really did not like is the color scheme. When Kane is deleted, which I'm being honest, he does come back. Well, major spoiler right there. He comes back. Somehow the entire world of Digital Circus comes back to color. Like here's the thing. I get that they tried to fix it. The entire crew tried to fix the world as much as they can, and they turn back the color. In my opinion, I think it should have stayed gray, just because if it turns back to color, it kind of represents Kane accepting everything and just turning the world back to normal. But he doesn't come back until the very last moment, so then boom, it's still color. I wish they had Kane come back instantly and had color, but off-putting. They finally show Kane. So as soon as Kane is deleted, he is in the. If you remember from episode 1 of the Amazing Digital Circus, if you're a true fan, from episode 1 of the Amazing Digital Circus, remember that whole scheme thing where like Pomni opened the exit, she's in the infamous void. He ends up there, not with Bubble. I believe Bubble is dead as well, so there's no more Bubble. I think Bubble was like meant to represent his inner consciousness too. Am I right, Neil?
He might have been Kane. I mean Abel.
Okay, he might have been able, but anyways, they Bubble doesn't there, and what he tries to do, and what the writers try to do, is write his redemption arc. Which here's the thing, it's half baked.
The execution is.
It's half baked. Like here's what happens at first. He tries to contemplate a lot of what has happened. He's thinking about a lot of the actions he did. Like did he keeps on saying, did I deserve this? Did I really deserve all of this? Am I really a bad guy? Our whole theater yelled yes. Another thing too I want to add out is the theater experience. I do not recommend seeing this movie in theaters. Unfortunately, you're gonna have a really bad theater experience. I suggest don't waste the money. Watch it on YouTube. We just wanted to do it because we wanted to see what it was like. Our theater experience was horrible. We had so many cringy community fans in the theater yelling "Pomni." They were crying for Jax's death very annoyingly. There was two annoying people next to us. They were crying, "Oh boo hoo, wah wah wah, Jax is dead," but he's not really. He's not dead. He's just abstracted. So I don't
mean,
know
he
what
is
to tell
dead in
you.
consciousness.
He's not
Actually,
dead.
no, he's not. Never mind.
He's not even
Scratch that.
dead. They're just crying because they keep saying, "Oh no, he's dead. He's dead. No." Yeah, they were very annoying. Our theater experience was very, very tarnishing and very annoying. So you definitely do not see this movie in theaters.
It's the angel don't blame yourself scenario.
Yeah. Anyways, after that, Kane, he tries to explore this void, and he does find the infamous exit door. And what this sequence is showing is that he's still like that little tiny red dot AI, and that they keep transitioning to different moments where he's that, and then back to normal. And as soon as he tries to get to the exit door, a major thing happens. he finds a Google search. And whatever this Google search does, it finally reveals the biggest question of this entire series. What are the real names to all of the Digital Circus characters? It reveals every single name from Pomni being her name is actually Abigail to just every I don't remember all the names. They show all the names, but I don't remember them all. And most importantly, they're human forms. It shows what they're like in the real world and what the real names are, and even goes on to like this little segment of like showing like a little Google search who they were in reality. And after that, Kane decides to rip out a part of his soul because we know Kane's made up of two AIs. He finally lets go of one of the AIs that he's had kidnapped in his head for so long.
Probably
Lets
Abel.
them, probably Abel. Lets them go, and he returns to the circus. And that's where things go off down the rail of writing. So what he tries to do is he finally encounters every single member of the circus, and they react in the weirdest way possible. They're afraid of him, but not in the way you think. They're not like, oh my god, he's alive! Wait, I thought we killed him! Oh my god! They're just like, you're alive? Oh my god. He's alive? Literally, one of them, I'm pretty sure it was Zubul, went off like this. Like, they put up with the, hey, Buster.
Nah,
Buster.
She was just protecting his girl.
Yeah, it also reveals in this episode that the Zubul and Gangle relationship, canon, they officially ship those two, and between Pomni and Jax, no ship, and also between Pomni and Ragtha, no ship. They end up as just friends. So sorry for you little shippers out there that wanted that, but at least you got one thing. Gangle and Zubul, they got a relationship, so you got that at least.
We also got Jax extracting. Hopefully, you guys like that.
Yeah, we hope we like that. But anyways, after that, it goes into this really bad written part in the episode where Kane is off going like, I know I did a lot of bad things to you guys, and I'm so sorry for that. I hope in your hearts you can forgive me. And the weirdest thing about this is they do it. They do it so fast, but they say it they say like, even with all the stuff you did to us, it would take time to like, forgive you, but it's good to have you back. What do you mean it's good to have you back? You spent an entire episode trying to kill this guy, and now you're just like, oh my god, bro, can I have a dab up? Bro, it's good to have you back. They forgive him so fast, while they spent an entire episode trying to kill this guy and hating on him so badly. I don't get it. I get it that the fanship drove Gooseworks. I get it because there's not gonna be season 1 spoilers. It's just the season. There's no season 2. It's just the season. Limited time show. Sorry about that. No season 2 ever. And the worst bit is the show leaves off with season 2. The show feels like it's leaving off with more stuff to give you. Like how the show ends is they forgive Kane. They just forgive him, and then they show off all the human forms, all their information, and the biggest reveal of the show is that the characters, Pomni and the rest of the gang, they're just AI. They aren't actual. They're not. Their souls were not integrated into these bodies. They're just regular AI, which explains how they're able to fix the circus and all that. And the real versions of them are actually still out there in the world, doing whatever knows what, just hanging around being friends. So it's the biggest reveal is they're not even real. Kane made them through a search engine, through memories, and they're actually just AI members of the circus. And then it just ends off with a little note saying they're now one big happy family, having a nice little pot roast, having some nice turkey and all that. I don't know, slapping each other's butt cheeks or whatnot. Literally, because at the very end it also shows Kangol and Kangol and Zubul doing the 1, 2, 3. But yeah, at the very end too, it leaves off with like the biggest question. It shows every single character now in human form meeting up for the first time at a bus station with, I believe, a bus app named after the actual corporation that made Kane. So it's assumed that all of them actually work in the same building as the place that made Kane, and that's how Kane even remembered them. He used their memories to create them in real life, or some kind of weird thing. I don't know, but yeah, this episode we gave it like I'm actually gonna lower my score now to a 7.5 out of 10. Not the best episode, but that's not saying that the whole show is bad. I think The Amazing Digital Circus is probably one of the best indie shows out there. I highly recommend watching it. The real episode comes out on June 19th, but if you want to see it in the theaters for limited time to June 4th through 6th, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's worth your money. I don't think it's worth your time. I would just wait until June 19th. But how would you rate the episode, Neil?
9 out of 10.
Bro, I just rambled my entire time. You're my guest host, and now you just gave it. Why you give it a 9 out of 10?
Why?
Yeah,
I
why?
mean, really good concepts and really good play there. Really good structure and all. Just the execution wise, really horrible, but it's there.
It's there.
It's really, it really is like one of the most biggest potential indie shows out there.
Yeah. Either way, this episode was probably the weakest out of the bunch, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't watch Amazing Digital Circus. Me and my friend Neil, highly recommend watching this show. It's one of the greatest indie shows out there still. Highly recommend it. But yeah, this episode, the finale, bombed. So sorry to hear that. But guess what? Nothing. Because you don't get a season 2. So,
Maybe.
womp womp. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Like and subscribe as always. We're at 503 subscribers. Let's get to 600. This has been my friend Neil.
Mm-hmm.
This has been me, Pips. And I will see y'all. You want to do it with me, Neil?
I'll see
I will
you
see y'all
in the next
in
video.
the next one. No, bro. No. You gotta do it. I will see
I'll
y'all
see y'all
in the next one. Bye
Bye.
bye. Swish. Tough episode. Tough episode.